Hey everyone, it's Friday, I'm AJ Fry, and I've got 5 things to talk about, and that happens to be the recipe for an episode of 5 on Fry. Let's get started. Oh great, we gotta talk about Justin Trudeau again. Seems that in an effort to help the OOPW, our PM accidentally elbowed an MP for the NDP, and JFC, a brouhaha followed that has me saying, WTF Parliament? Following Elbowgate, and that's a stupid name, a few Canadians were outraged with Trudeau, others were outraged with the NDP, and it seems most Canadians were just outraged that there's even outrage over something as benign as an accidental elbow, when the real outrage should be about the troubling partisan politics that have been standing in the way of real political progress. In the aftermath, I've found the remarks of Green Party leader Elizabeth May to be the most reasonable and non-partisan and insightful. She was interviewed recently by the CBC, and you can either click the video next to me or you can find the link in the video description below. Also, the Beaverton has an excellent article. It's funnier than anything I could have come up with, and CBC's punchline perfectly mocked the whole thing. Honestly, Trudeau has already apologized 3 times, so can we just all move on from how? Okay, I know everyone is really excited about the fact that Game of Thrones is back, and I mean, I am too, but I'm also super excited about the return of epic rap battles of history! Just yesterday, the 2nd episode of their 5th season hit the web featuring Gordon Ramsay battling Julia Child. It's just funny to say. Their first episode was another awesome one. It was George R.R. Martin rap battling J.R.R. Tolkien. If you've never seen any of their videos before, prepare to fall into a YouTube binge-watching spiral. Epic rap battles of history are amazing, and I hope they continue to make them so that maybe one day I'll be a successful enough YouTuber that they actually invite me to collaborate on one. I know it's a lofty goal, but dreams are important. Alright, it's time for one of my favorite segments, our Canadian Cosplay Cutie. This week we're featuring Elle cosplay. I met Dee a few years back at my favorite convention, HalCon. She's obviously an amazingly talented cosplayer, and tell me that her Bucky cosplay isn't freaking perfect. I dare ya. If you're lucky, you might see her this year at San Diego Comic-Con or at Fan Expo Vancouver, but in the meantime, you can always follow her online on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for being our Canadian Cosplay Cutie, DL. Your gender bend Loki cosplay almost makes me want to kneel. It makes me want to kneel. Good news! Last week I saw the Warcraft movie. Bad news, I'm not allowed to react or review the movie until May 25th. Best news, I'm writing a mostly spoiler-free review, which I'll record and post on my other YouTube channel on the 25th. I've been a huge fan of Warcraft for basically 2 decades now, so your assumption that I may have a lot to say about the movie would be correct. So until I can share my thoughts, here are some photos of the awesome setup that they had down in Los Angeles for the junket. I was most impressed with the amazingly detailed, full-scale statues of Orgrim Doomhammer and Duratan, chieftain of the Frostwolf clan. They also had a Stormwind throne room set up, so I'm sorry, but I couldn't help myself. All right, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins! Finally, this past Tuesday was this year's International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia. So to conclude this episode, I'd like to encourage you to check out Jay's channel. He and I also met at HalCon some years ago, and in the time that we've known each other, he began his transition and he's been uploading videos to YouTube documenting his process and answering questions about it. If you've never met a trans person, or if you've had only limited interactions with one, maybe you owe it to yourself to listen to a trans person offer their perspective on things, especially if you're listening to the arguments of non-trans politicians about which bathrooms trans people can go make a pee-pee in. On that note, thank you so much for watching everyone, and we'll see you in the future.